A lot of
I
stuff.
wouldn't rule it out because when you get into the higher cult, it started teaching you how to access parts of your anatomical being that you don't even know you can do.
Right.
They used to do exhibits and they used to call them jugglers a long time ago in India, where the monks are go in the hills and pick up some exotic skill that you can do with the body that nobody ever thought about. And then they come down for the people and let them see, and they call them jugglers. This would be for the circus. So they know it's a lot of people that's high functioning witches and warlocks. Well, warlock is a misnomer. It's really witches and wizards, male and female, and they have certain capabilities that regular people will never have the ambition to develop, let alone even be aware of that their body can do. This is where you get your contortionist from, because everything that we do with the body, we have to train the body to perform. And through the training process, you is required for you to use a great amount of willpower to develop the type of physique for the function that you want it to perform. But you got to have what's called the base material. So a person that's built like let's say a beer drinking couch potato, is he not gonna never be a contortionist. He's not gonna never have the, because his body has developed outside of that reality. He'll become more flexible, but he'll never become a contortionist. For one, his fat ass stomach gonna get in the way. But for the ones they start them out, they normally start them out as babies. And when they start them out as babies, you can mold the body to do stuff that once you get 6, 7, 8 years old, they won't be able to do no more. That's why gymnasts like to start at 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah, because what they put their body through, my goodness, you have to break bones in order to be so flexible. That is commitment. Ballerinas too.
And I'm saying for the record, I have went back to 2017, and Wendy looked.
Yeah,
the
I'm
same
talking
way
about
she did.
1999. I
I'm just
put it in
saying,
the back. Look at
Why are we still
1999.
talking about Wendy Williams?
I just happened to look on there. I don't know about that.
Yes. Why are we talking about Wendy?
Because I wanted to. Y'all not
That
with
shit
me.
looking like a
Well, I
man.
just wanted to show you, Sister Freedom. That was for you, Sister Freedom, just to say what I was saying.
I'm just saying that he gonna say what.
Y'all gonna leave Wendy alone.
He sounded like he the type of person in the house. Like what? Like now listen to you. His voice was like stern.
I used to like Wendy Williams, y'all.
Y'all gonna leave her alone.
Laughing about it.
She was exposing the Diddy before. She's the first one exposing all that.
I'll give you that. She was the first one talking about it. I'll give you that. And this goes way back too.
The first one talking about what? I'm sorry.
Diddy and his parties.
Oh, what? Now, you know what I don't like this.
Gay
let me
rappers.
say this though. Let me say this though. Let me say this though. Why we do that? If they want to say something about Diddy, because Diddy been having these parties since why we gotta say something too? I mean, every time the undone man go on one of ours, we jump right on the wagon with him. We wasn't saying nothing before, but we wasn't saying nothing before that to make no
we
big
were.
thing about it.
No. That's not true.
I don't think
that's not true. That's not true.
It went crazy once they start saying.
No. I think about. I see what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Freedom. But I do think, and this is where you and I always have this difference, right? I always tell you, just because somebody have melanin, don't make them one of ours. You understand? That just because a person is skin folk, don't make them kin folk, as the saying goes. Just because a person has hold on. Just because a person has melanin, that don't make them one of ours. That doesn't mean that they need protection. That I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Demons come in all form, shape, colors. Just because they have melanin don't make them one of ours. And I think that's the Sometimes that's like the biggest aha people got to come to grips with, because
And
we assume.
and the thing too, we didn't know.
No, I got it.
No, I think you missed it. What I'm trying to say is, this man been having these parties like all the rest of them. Been having these parties since parties began, and when the people at the party, they want to be there. The people that he was messing with wanted him to mess with them, because you ain't got to do what he wanted you to do. Okay?
Yeah, but then we didn't know it was all connected. We didn't know it was all connected.
We always our own worst enemies about. So soon as somebody else starts saying something about one of us, I'm not saying what he did with. Let me make sure I be clear on that. Right. I'm not saying anything that he did was correct. What I'm saying is, wasn't nobody, one of us, like making no big deal about it.
But that's not true, Sister Freedom.
That's not
it's
true.
Because you're not aware. People had already turned on him when Biggie's mom exposed him. We knew he killed Biggie. Like what? People were already talking about
a lot of people turned their back. And plus,
allegedly for the thing. So you can't say that, because it was us. It was people that looked like us that were exposing that. No white people were like, "Oh, Diddy killed Biggie" or anything. It was us that were like, "We don't like Diddy." Biggie's mom was like, "He's a fraud. He's doing all this stuff undercover. He did that to take the money." So it doesn't matter. You just said that no one was against him that looked like us. Now you're talking about he wasn't in jail.
I'm gonna tell you what I said and why I'm saying it.
We were against him then because we saw the conspiracy against him with the whole, and there were people that, of course, they'd be like, "Oh, we love Diddy still" or anything, but there was a big group of people that was against Diddy and been wanting Diddy to go under when we saw that and believed the conspiracy that he had something to do with Biggie's death.
Okay, something to do, and we knew. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just saying, now that Diddy is locked up, now that R. Kelly is locked up, now that when Bill Cosby was locked up, we really wasn't saying too much about it. That was making a big stink about it all through the.
That's not true. That's not true.
We talking about Diddy. You just brought up Cosby.
Yeah, Delaware. I could see Delaware not saying.
Yeah, that's not true.
We were seeing R. Kelly outside of the middle school, waiting on girls. Like, what is wrong with him? We were pissed about Aaliyah. Like, so maybe it's a Delaware thing. But that was so messed up about Aaliyah. And we didn't like him. We didn't like her mama. We didn't like her daddy. We didn't like her uncle. We were pissed off about Aaliyah. Aaliyah was 12 when Aaliyah was starting to be taught over there. I get it. I'm saying I get it. Delaware wasn't upset. I'm telling you that people were upset. So there were many people that were upset. Just Delaware wasn't.
No, I don't know why you making that a point, and please don't do that. What I'm saying, when I said something about Delaware, I was just being sarcastic. What I'm saying is, we just skip it, because I know what I'm.
Yeah, let's skip it. Let's skip. Let's move on, y'all.
Rod, sleep. Rod, you sleep?
Because I don't know how.
I don't sleep. I rest though, but I ain't resting right now.
I'm just saying.
It's going on 1 a.m, y'all. Actually, it's going on 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we always jumping on the wagon.
Yo, Rod, I got a quick question.
But wasn't on the wagon before.
Go ahead. What's your question?
We were on the wagon.
No, you were.
What's your take?
No, you
He has a question.
Say nothing about those people until
he has a question. Go ahead, Dean.
What's your take on Canada and his position and Trump's position on Canada? Where you see that going?
Liquidating the corporation, Canada is part of it. America and Canada has the same QSIP number. It's the same corporation that owns both of them. So when you liquidate one, it's going to automatically liquidate the other one. So what he's telling you is that this is one landmass.
Yep.
One landmass that we was already on before they came. Before the tribes get it back, they got to tear down the corporation. The republic got to give it back to the tribal government, continuity of government, and returning of everything back to the people.
They also going after Greenland, and if y'all didn't know, the headquarters of the CIA is up in Greenland, so they trying to get to Greenland just for that too.
Well, Greenland was part of Turtle Island too.
Oh.
It's just not commonly talked about or known. But it was the closest of our bodies of land to Europe.
I asked that question because what I do really, everybody's sweating when it comes to the banking system. Right now in Canada, in Toronto alone, we're about to go on record of the most renewals for mortgages right now. Ever in the history.
Unbelievable.
And they're sweating right now because everybody's renewal is not going down, it's going up. And they can't afford it. And I'm telling you firsthand, because I talk to people every single day about their homes and their wallets and their largest investment. And people are
I'm also in financing. I know what you mean, bro.
They're about to lose their homes and they have to downsize. And just before in 2020 and 2022, people started buying homes. Now it's renewal time and they can't afford it.
They're
going to have to sell their homes and they're going to have to downsize. But there's a lot of people right now in delinquency. There's a lot of stagnant homes that are not moving because a lot of people who are wanting to buy homes are not making any movements because they're like, I don't know. And there's this complete uncertainty. And
because look at what happened
to a lot of people about to be out of jobs up here. And there's a lot of people about to be, unfortunately, out of their homes.
Yeah.
And it's cold. It's real cold. And
do you see Canada becoming a state?
I'm with whatever. I don't really care. I'm down with it. I said
yes,
I never really
they don't have a choice.
Like to me, it's like it just needs to go back to the rightful people. Like, you know what I mean? And we're the rightful keepers of this land, this whole Turtle Island, right from South America up. We're the ones who are talking about this. We're doing this. We're doing the homework. We're the rejects. We know who we are. We're unapologetically not African. We know that. It's clear as day. Our phenotype's not the same. Our energy don't move the same. Our energy is not the same. Why do we do carnival the same? We jump up. We have the same feathers, the same. It's the same shit. We do the same thing. It's in our DNA. It's being expressed all the time. And we can't see it. The ignorant ones in our family are still stuck. They're still stuck in that white Jesus shit. I don't even go there with them. I'm not even trying to convince them. I leave that shit alone because I know that's a mental health. And I leave that shit alone because you know why? They will slap you in your face. I've always been the reject. I've always been crazy and I accept it. I must be crazy in this fucking bullshit world. Like, who doesn't see that? Right? You got to understand that. That's why I don't fight with people to educate people who want to be stuck. And unfortunately, our people are really stuck. And they got to go to the bullshit. If they want to understand YT people, they need to just understand. Start looking at the Cabbage Patch. And a lot of the white people ain't European that we see.
Right.
The Europeans that did this look just like us. And you need to understand that. Kendrick even had to tell you that. They look like they're not like us. I've been telling you that for how many years? It flipped our head every time we found out there was a whole bunch of people that were doing some trauma to us that look just like us. That phenotype's a little off. Their energy is definitely off. But they were doing all this trauma to us.
I told you the most traumatic thing I ever learned in all of my studies is that the white man ain't even white.
Yeah.
Talking about hurt feelings. Talking about having a real bad attitude about something. I thought we was gonna have a party and kill Whitey, and I come to find out Whitey ain't even white. I got all the way up there to bop the man, and he looked like me.
Yeah, that's a hard one. And we know we're not. I'm African. I love Africans. We got Africans in our family, but when the people over here and the indigenous people need to understand, we probably have more European, Black European in us than we do have African. That's what you need to accept too, because they married right into our families.
And that's how they were stealing our stuff. Because our women Our women would never give up no land. None of the chiefs from here would give up land, and the only way to do it is a sweetheart swindle.
Oh,
yeah.
That's last. When you come back to it, you'll see what. That's the last one. Yep. So here you're starting to see pictures of afros, right? This common hairstyle commonly referred to an afro. But the afro term was coined in reference to the hairstyle in the 60s. Then a lot of the chiefs wear this hairstyle during wartime. And normally all of the soldiers cut their hair, and the chief is the only one with a full afro. Now, the reason we bring this up is because we want to go into what did the people of the land call the afro when they got here. The original name of the afro is named after a tribe. So the war bonnet, the full feather war bonnet, is because the general, whether it was Sick Bull, Crazy Horse, whoever is the commander of military contingent is out front. We didn't fight like Europeans who fight from the back. The leadership is in the back of the troops. We led our troops in the battle because we trying to take the king of the other tribe. We're not trying to murder everybody. Right? We're not trying to wholesale mass execute everybody. But this hairstyle had the same significance to old Mississippian tribes going into Louisiana, going back to other way into Alabama, Arkansas, and Georgia. We wore this style to be seen by the soldiers. Right? A lot of times when we wore this style, some of the tribes, they had different traditions for the soldiers. So we're going to go show a few more images of different prominent individuals during the struggle. Now, this is an ancient picture of an Afro chief. Well, not ancient. It's probably about 100 years old or so. But this is what we would call an Afro chief. And you see, he got one feather. That means if he got one or two feathers, he's the new initiate as a chief with one feather. If he got two feathers, he's what you call a scout chief. The scout chief go and spend time with different chiefs across the land in order to learn what the chiefs are doing to benefit their people. Right? So the one feather is he a new chief. He's just coming in. He haven't earned all his stripes, but so far at this point, he's stand up solid.
Right.
So you go to the next one.
Oh, that ain't supposed to be part of yours. I will come back to that. I don't know how to get it. I don't know what the hell. All right, that's it right there.
Okay, this is a rap group from the early 90s. And some of us remember them, but they called the Afros. Right? But they all four of those dudes know they indigenous to the land. They are organic original to the Americas. And they was making a parody about the Afro in the music and culture. Right? So this group is called the Afros. Y'all can look them up and listen to some of their music. But the Afro, for them, they was using it as a parody, as in don't forget the Afro chiefs. So they make a joke out of it, so we don't talk about it, but we need to talk about it. That's why they made the joke.
Okay.
Right? So it tells us this is a subject that people got to understand about the hairstyles that we wear. They all have a purpose. Okay, now go on the next one. I forgot her name, but she is an actress, right? And many of us thought she was pale face, but here she is with an afro identifying ancient American culture. She's pretty too. Next. Rhoda Cone. This is Solange Knowles, better known as the little sister to Beyonce. But she know who she is, and she wear the afro, and she don't always agree with her sister or her brother-in-law. As a matter of fact, they've had many clashes between what should be done and what's actually being done, and they'll tell their own story in due time. Next one, Elder.
One of them is he got Kelly Rowley pregnant.
Okay, this right here is Diana Ross, formerly known as the Boss. Well, I think they still call her the Boss. But here she is wearing an afro during her Motown days, right? Remember, in the tribal systems, women are chiefs too.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta remember that part. But when you see them with the afro like this, that means that they out front for you to see them as a member of one of the tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Roll the corn. Next one. This is Angela Bassett. Whatever we say about her, think she is or is not, here she is representing for the tribes with the afro.
Right. Fire.
Right. Roll the corn. Next one.
Yeah, she Creek. She's Muskogee. She's Muskogee. Well, we already checked it.
Here is the warrior that is one of the reasons why we use this as a moniker calling card to war, the afro. Big Tookie, Cricket Man Walking, Raising Dion. You see that cloud that turned into a physical form?
Yeah, Dallas.
Yeah, that's Big Tookie. He can do that from the Astros. He can accumulate the clouds around him, but you're gonna see some lightning in the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
If you see, it's the same as the parody is performed in the show called Raising Dion. Right? In Raising Dion, you see him in his what we call his pure God form, which is walking lightning.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all of those boys see walking, they charge in the atmosphere with electromagnetic energy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because the Crip walk is the charging of the electricity. The earth is grounding. Magnetism. Mm-hmm. So every time you see in one of them experts Crip walking, they harnessing the